Place your rocks first. One day, a professor walked into the classroom, carrying a large empty glass jar. As always, a spark of wisdom danced in his eyes. The students watched him with curiosity, sensing something unusual was about to happen. He placed the jar on the table and took out several large rocks, each about the size of a fist. One by one, he gently placed them into the jar until no more could fit. Then he looked up and asked, "Is the jar full?" The students examined it and replied, "Yes, it's full." The professor smiled, then reached beneath the table and brought out a bag of small pebbles. He slowly poured them into the jar. The pebbles settled into the spaces between the rocks. He gave the jar a light shake, and more pebbles filled the gaps. Again, he asked, "Now, is it full?" This time, a few students hesitated, but many still said, "Yes, now it's really full." Without saying a word, the professor picked up a bag of sand and began pouring it into the jar. The fine grains slipped through the gaps left between the rocks and the pebbles, filling up the jar completely. Once more, he asked, "Is it full now?" The class laughed and answered, "Probably not." The professor chuckled, then took a mug of water and poured it in. The water seeped into the remaining empty spaces and rose to the very top. He smiled and said, "Now, the jar is truly full." Then, turning to the class, he explained, "This jar represents your life. The big rocks are the truly important things: your family, your health, your meaningful relationships, your personal dreams and values. If you lose everything else but still have these, your life can still feel whole. The pebbles represent other things that matter: your job, your house, your education. They're important, but not essential to your core being. And the sand, these are the small things. Scrolling endlessly through social media, distractions, petty tasks. They fill up time but rarely feed the soul." He paused, then said, "If you put the sand or pebbles in first, there won't be space left for the rocks. And that's exactly how life works. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you'll never have space for what truly matters. The rocks are your foundation. Prioritize them." Then he added, "And the water?" A student raised their hand. "What does the water represent, sir?" The professor smiled. "A good question. The water represents the small moments of joy that still fit in even when life feels full. A quiet cup of tea. A good laugh with a friend. A walk in the rain. These are the unexpected joys that make life beautiful." He looked at the class and said, "Life isn't limitless. You can't fit everything in. But you can choose what to place first. Prioritize your family. Take care of your health. Chase your dreams. Love fully. These are your rocks. Make space for growth. For kindness. For love. Let the pebbles and sand fall into place around them, and always leave room for water, the little joys that bring color to your days." In the end, life is not about being busy. It's about being meaningful. It's not about counting the days, but making the days count. So, place your rocks first. Create a life that's full not just of things, but of purpose. If you believe this message could help someone, like, share, and let it reach another heart.